asked Daemond to give me some fun facts about himself so that I could introduce him with said fun facts. And I felt really relieved when I heard that one of his breakfast favorite foods, he said his favorite food is always bacon, but that he also sometimes eats M&Ms and popcorn. And I felt so happy because I really thought I was the only one. It sort of made me, does anyone else do that? Nicole, the three of you together. Johnny Horton does. Yeah, so it's good. We're in good company. Daemond can do a great impression of the lead singer of Fine Young Cannibals, which I have to say I really want to hear, and I hope I do. His first job was at a place much like this. He was a bartender, age 12. I think we need to hear more about that. He loves Steven Universe and thinks everyone should. And the most important thing is his sign is Leo with Capricorn rising. So if you might be in that category, you guys can bond later. Really, Daemond is so accomplished that it's tough to pick out just a few notes from his bio. I've known him since 2009. We met through the Writers in the School program where Daemond is and always has been an extremely sought after teaching artist for kids in K through 12 schools. He's a 2018 Jack Straw Writers Program curator, and he was the August 2017 poet in residence for the Seattle Review of Books. He's written for City Arts and Crosscut magazine. Recently, Daemond co-adapted the acclaimed novel Welcome to Braggsville by T. Geronimo Johnson into a stage production for Bucket Repertory Theater. We are so happy to have him here tonight. Please help me welcome to the Mixed Bag stage, Daemond Arrindell.
How's everybody doing? Oh, I'm sorry, did you all forget it's Saturday night? Let's try that again. How are you all doing? Alright, I have a couple of poems for you tonight, and we'll just leave it at that. Grammy Award-winning and classically trained conductor and vocalist Bobby McFerrin hit mainstream success in 1988 with his pop hit, Don't Worry, Be Happy. It was used as George H.W. Bush's official presidential campaign song without Bobby's permission. He has not performed the song since. Bobby McFerrin is the long-lost father of hip-hop. Bobby is standing on stage pretending to play the French horn. No, Bobby is on stage and he is the French horn. Bobby is the pentatonic scale climbing music chords home. Bobby has a concerto amidst the tendons and arteries in his throat and a kettle drum in his chest. Bobby beats his chest while channeling hip-hop's origin story. Bobby is an elephant child's trumpet growing, vining up through vocal cords. He is a phonation of pop and lock, a classical up-rock and pose for posterity and his boys. He is a James Brown hook, looped and sampled come to life. He has not hit his crescendo yet. The bridge is not over. The walls of his chest cavity are Biz Marquis' blank stare. Moni Love's accent swallowed by a staccato Brooklyn drawl. Bobby is a washed up bass line throbbing before the hi-hat drops. He is Jim Crow in the last row of the orchestra pit. Bobby is the breakbeat's long-lost cousin, beatboxing being sounded out in slow motion, finding every vowel's home signal between the lips. Bobby McFerrin is the fire. A Tribe Called Quest tells stories around. He is Kanye West, raised on opera, the Philharmonic's Chuck D. Bobby will do a duet with Chance the Rapper. Bobby will sing the next hook for Jay-Z. He is the inverse of Eminem, the sizzling sound of Old Dirty Bastard's welfare checks burning. He is the complex irony of Tupac living a thug life and trying to keep his head up. Bobby is so hip-hop. His voice is the background music for the dozens. So hip-hop, he had his swagger translated into English, and it reads, "Don't worry, be happy." Bobby is so hip-hop. He's been married to the same woman since 1975. Bobby is the lost constellation of notes in the puffed-out cheeks of Louis Armstrong and Dizzy Gillespie. He is the bastard child of Porgy and Bess and the William Tell Overture. Bobby is what the voice of the ghetto and the voice of the suburbs harmonized would sound like if we could all get along. Bobby McFerrin is the kiss of the needle on the record before the song even begins. All right. One more poem for you, and I need your help with this. So, when I gesture to you all like this, I need you to say the words, "Put down the pen." Let's try it out. Put down the pen. Pros at this already. The role of the artist is exactly the same as the role of the lover. If I love you, I have to make you conscious of the things you don't see. James Baldwin. Tips on how to throw your art away. Plant a seed for your daddy issues. Let the shining little boy of your heart be rained into rust by the storm of him. Let your depression take root. This is the foundation you will need for the release of things. Purchase only expensive handmade journals. Marvel at their perfection, the snowy blank white field of the page. Marvel at that perfection. See yourself as a 6-year-old masterpiece of messes tromping around like Pigpen. Why muddy up the beauty of that page with your gritty, grimy humanity? So if you must start. Then put down the pen. Make plans to write on Sunday. Elaborate, grandiose plans. Look forward to them all day Saturday. Invite your friends. Give hourly updates of your preparations via Facebook. Then, 1 hour before, like a senior set on ruining the prom queen's reputation, back out because it's raining, or the sun's out, or you hate your hair, or hate your feet, or hate your life. There is always next weekend, next month, the spring. You can always make time to be an artist in the spring. For now, just put down the pen. Pin your self-worth to the uplift of others. Become a social worker. Make a living from making other people deal with their fear of living. In spite of the boulder you store beneath your pillow that you beat your head against in your sleep, know that you are doing good. If tempted to write about the boulder, begin. But when you draw a blank on an appropriate metaphor for balancing precariously on the tip of your pen, please just put down the pen. Exist only in extremes. Set goals at ultra-marathon distance. Chalk anything short of world tour or book tour up to the fact that you're not really an artist anyway, so please just put down the pen. Don't just get distracted by love, get married. Gather the urgency of every breath you've ever taken together. Place it in a ring of gold. Let that circle cycle into a representation of every breath you will ever take together forever. No pressure. What better artistic roadblock than this level of relationship that seeps into everything you do, say, think, and should, if done right. If it is the fairy tale you vowed to, then you will be lost in the throes. Poems? Man, you've got dishes to do, and anniversaries to remember, and someone else's whole self-worth to be aware of, and you want to worry about writing poems? Please, just put down the pen. Now, if you have made it this far, the truth is, seeds will always seek out the sun, and little children can climb out of the darkness. Hold your breath and count to 10 so you can let go of the hiccups of self-hatred collecting in your ventricles, and then pick up the pen. You are only toe deep in the world right now, and you need to shake off the shackles you stenciled onto your wrists. You know the bitter on the tip of your tongue, but you have forgotten the rest of your palate. Pick up the pen. Reach further than you have previously. Bite down into the bright red green mango. Feel the juice slide down your throat. Spring is around the corner, and your teeth require no sharpening. Pick up the pen. Tattoo the words you've always needed billboarded across your life onto the palace of your skin. They will be the tugboat of the sound of your voice. They will occasionally capsize into the depths as you attempt to cover up the sea, but watch what they unearth from the trenches every time you make yourself naked and real and true. So dig. Dig down and pick up your chin, and your heart, and your life, and give yourself permission to forget all of this. Forget, and forgive, and forget, and forgive, and then pick up the pen. Pick up the pen. Thank you.
Let's hear it again for Daemond Arrindell. So what does motivate you when you get into that mode of like, I have all these million other things to do? How do you get out of it?
I don't know that I do. There are certain things that I have ADD and I get distracted all the time. But I think when a poem is just really scratching at me, even when I get away from it, it keeps scratching. So I might find something else like Steven Universe to get distracted by, but then often I get woken up in the middle of the night by this thing that has to be said.
That's fun.
Sometimes. Not fun at 3 a.m.
That's when I sometimes run into you on social media. Right? I'm like, oh, I'm up now too. I believe you said this was your first comedy show performance.
Yes.
So how was it? How is it?
It's fun. It's fun. I don't know that I was necessarily funny, but I think the bits are funny.
So how was your Halloween?
It was good. I went to Steve Urkel.
And you ran into some other
I was down in Portland. I didn't expect to run into any Steve Urkels. It was actually really cool. We were at, it was a bunch of friends. We went to one of the many McMiniman's establishments and just kind of standing off to the side, drinking beers and watching the parade of folks in their various costumes. And while I'm standing off to the side, 2 other people who were dressed as, I was like, oh my god, come here now. And we took pictures.
I saw one of those pictures. It's cool. Can we Google it and find it?
You can try. I don't know if
Daemond Arrindell.
It's possible. It's on the gram.
That's my new favorite thing. That's where I saw it. Daemond, I think you're a really inspiring person. You work very hard and you get places. Do you have any advice for our audience? There's some kids in the back. Maybe they could hear. How do you? I don't know. I feel like you've achieved your dreams and you keep doing it.
I don't know that I've achieved my dreams, but I'm still. That's the thing is I'm still working. I think as far as tips for not even anybody. I think the last poem that I wrote was speaking to everybody in the audience, including myself, that need to pick up the pen because we all have that. I think we've all had that teacher or that kid that was sitting next to us that told us that we weren't good at something, and that made us stop. How many of you started out as artists when you were little and now believe very much that you can't draw or that you can't write or that you can't sing? When in actuality, it's just something that someone else convinced you of, and we started to believe it. So I say tap back into that little kid who just wants to play, just wants to try, and just wants to have fun. That's the part of us that needs to speak the most, and it's the part of us that the world needs, so tap back into that.
I love that. I feel like that's what Mixed Bag's all about. Just being a kid, so it's great.
You guys are I think you all are having as much fun, if not more fun than the audience, and that's the way it should be.
Is that true? Am I having more fun than you? Okay. Phew. All right, thank you. Let's give it up for Daemond Arrindell.